Okay, I'm just going to quickly go over what I've done for the dialogue system. So I have created 3 different scripts to go through the dialogue, and then for like prefabs, I've created like an NPC prefab, a UI prefab, and a dialogue manager prefab. To make this work, you need to put the dialogue manager into the game, and the dialogue UI prefab into the scene as well. The dialogue manager will get all this information from the dialogue UI. So dialogue text is this one here. Dialogue, the name text is this one here. Oh shit. Dialogue's box is that, and the answer box is this one. And then the answer elements, I only have 2 at the moment because I've just been testing only 2 responses. With the NPCs, I've created like 3 types of NPCs. This one is like the most in-depth. So you have to attach the NPC script to any NPC. So this NPC just has the NPC script, a sprite renderer, and a box collider, which is a trigger. In the script part, you give each NPC their name, and then in dialogue you click down in between sections, and then each section has an element. So this one is the element 0, just like the first element that comes across. This is where you'll type in what they want to say, and this would be like paragraphs. So if you want to take something really long, you can just keep adding multiple of these. Like, oh my god, a fort. Oops. So you get a really long bits of text if you want. And then if you wanted to finish after all your sentences and nothing else to happen, you're able to click on this to end after dialogue. And then this will just cut it off, and then the dialogue system will stop working here. But if you want to keep going and have a branching point or ask them a question, you'll ask the question here. In this case, I said, "Are you infected?" And the answers could be either yes or no. And then if you click yes, you want to go to the next element, which is like the next bit of dialogue, number 1. Or if you answer no, you want to go to the next bit of dialogue or element, number 2. Just look here at like element 1 and 2 here. And these are all like the exact same as the previous one, but you give your answer and then end it. So if the question was, "Are you infected?" and the player said yes, it says you should go to town and find a cure. But if the player said no, it would jump straight to element 2, which would say you should go to town and find a shelter. So this was all a directive. This goes through every kind of possibility I could think of at the moment, or that I could do. The only thing I can't do is like save your answers. I need to work out how to save it for like the end of the game. Another example of the NPC, which is like just showing that you just have an NPC just for like lore, or just to give a lot of context to what's happening around the player. So this NPC here, all he says, "I've not much to say." After a sentence, the dialogue should stop, and I've toggled this on, so it should stop after that. And then we just have NPCs that just go straight into the question. So with this one, he has no actual dialogue. The only thing he has is a question that says "woof," and the answers could be either "woof" or "rar," and depending on what the player answers, it will do the same thing again, where it jumps down to a different element and a different so the player would say "woof," and then the NPC would go "woof woof" back. But if we wanted to, we could keep going and add another question, like, "Are you a dog?" And then it could be yes or no. And then if you say yes, this should go to add in So you make another element 3 and element 4. So let's add these in quickly. So I've added element 3 and 4. So yeah. So after you say, yes, I am a dog, jump to element 3, and your dialogue wants to be, just say, me too. And then that should end. Say goodbye, so I know it's ending. And then if he says, no, I'm not a dog, he's just confused, I don't know. Cool. And then that should end after it. So this way, if I look at it, let's go minus everything. Which is a better way to sort this out. So you come to this NPC, you should just go woof, and you can answer woof or rar. And depending on what you answer, it will jump down to element woof. For element 1, woof woof. And then this is where it answers the question. Cool. So if you go woof, he'll ask you a question. If you don't go woof, you should go whenever you say raw, it should just respond to grr and then end dialogue. But if you do say woof, and you say your dog, you say yeah, me too, and then it'll end dialogue. Or then if you say you're not a dog, it'll say cool. Okay, let's test it. Another thing is that I don't know why, but Briar has gone really small on my scene, and I didn't want to edit it perhaps just in case it messed up everything else. So I just kept him as this really small character. I've seen you guys did a lot of pushing, pulling with the images and sprites. Okay, so this is the example of the first NPC. I think I'm in the little area. So you press E. I come up with this, say, that's the name Paul. You can move it somewhere else. This is the first sentence. Press E again. This is the second sentence. Press E again. Oh my god, a third. And then, oh my god, a fourth. And then he asks the question, are you infected? So if I say yes, it says you should go to town and find a cure. Press E, and that ends. I can read out again. And you can say no. And then he said you should go to town to find shelter this time. I press E. And then this guy, Logan, he is just pure dialogue. He doesn't have any direction. So he's like, I don't know what to say. After a sentence, I stop. Perfect. And then this is the doggy, Izzy. So he comes up straight away with a question. There's no dialogue beforehand. He just goes woof. And you go woof. And he goes woof woof. Are you a dog? And then I can say, yes, me too. Goodbye. Yeah, one issue that I'm finding right now, I have to disable the characters or the players' movements at the moment because I can walk out and I'll get stuck with the dialogue up with no way to click out of it because you have to be in the area to actually continue. So the only other thing I have to do for dialogue system is disable players' movement. Which I think I just disabled the script for a bit. Should be easy enough. But I don't want to mess with that just in case it might break something. And another thing I noticed is our cursor is not centered. So as you can see, like I should be highlighting over the button right now, but it only works now. And let's see. Now it highlights. So it's like a little bit off. So I think we need to recenter the cursor. But that is everything. Boom. And just to see if I have to put this in. So game manager, dialog UI, which is all in my game UI, which I've saved in inventory data. I need to reorganize my folders. So if I want to get another NPC in, I just drag this guy in here and put him up. That's a little space. It's a little trigger. Just play. You should see like how weird my Briar is now. Where is Briar? And for some reason, like, Briar is massive. Yeah, now he's in the box. Actually, I'm going to save this NPC with a blank slate. Alright, that's me done.